I want to talk to the fathers, African fathers, this time around. And I'm talking from Ephesians chapter 6, verse 4. It says, "And you fathers, do not provoke your children to wrath, but bring them up in the training and admonition of the Lord." I was thinking about this verse yesterday, and a lot of memories just came rushing down my head. I remember when I was younger, my dad used to say that none of his children should think that it would depend on them when he is old, that he was self-sufficient. He had worked enough for him to be able to feed himself when he's old. And the way he used to say it used to really get me upset. I used to feel little about myself, that look, what is there to, to think, or what's there to work for? I mean, there would be nothing to this man someday. I won't be anything to him. I won't be able to offer him anything in the future. And I got scared of him and got scared of people around, men around me. It wasn't a pleasant word that you would want to, at that time, you want to hear your dad say. Thinking about this made me think also about how we relate with our children. What kind of investment are we making in the lives of our children? Are they ones that when they remember us, they would be filled with good, precious, treasured memories, or ones that will make them hate us for life? Bible says, don't provoke your children to wrath. When I was checking the meaning of provocation, it says to stimulate or incite to do or feel something, especially by arousing anger in people. So the words that we are using, our relationship with our children, are they ones that stimulate them to anger, that incite them to anger? Are they ones that exasperate them? Are they ones that bring out the best in them or bring out the worst in them? Are they ones that would make them feel like we are not their fathers? Are they ones that, make them feel they don't belong, they're not part of us? Or the ones that will make them feel like a king, like a queen? What do you say into the life of your children? What kind of demand do you place on them? How do you relate with them? How do you train them? How do you live with them? Some fathers are doing great. Some fathers are really teachers. They are nurturers. They are great leaders at home. Their children's welfare is important to them, emotionally and otherwise. But there are so many fathers that are still dragging their feet, and we need to really pay attention to this. We need to start to think about our future, for the sake of our future and these children's future. By the time you are 80, 90, that you no longer will be able to scold them or barge into their room and make unnecessary demands. What do you think will become of you? By the time other parents are sitting down, who have invested, in every way, every positive thing into the life of their children, by the time they sit down to enjoy their investment, what will become of you if you are not doing your part very well? The energy you have now, you may not have them, or you may not have it in the next, I don't know how many years now. By the time you are 80, by the time you are 70, the friends you're not making with your children You don't expect it to be automatic. The love you're not giving, the attention that you're not giving to your children. Now, don't expect them to come and give them to you, to come and give this attention, these things to you when you are at that age, that vulnerable age, the age of 70 and plus. It's high time we start to think about these children. They may look frail, they may look voiceless now, they may look vulnerable, they can't answer you back. You're their parent, you're their dad, you can do anything you want, you are my children, I can discipline you, I can sit down and order you around, I can scream, I can, do anything I want with you. But there'll be time that they would leave home, that you will no longer be able to do these things. And the friend you have not made then, you will not find. Bible says, don't provoke your children to wrath. Some parents, some dad, as soon as their children hear that they are around, their children would go into hiding. You are a dad that your children cannot look at you in your face. They can't talk to you. Their voice is meaningless. They can't play around you. They can't come and embrace you. They can't do stuff with you. You're a terror to them. Life doesn't have to be like that. Life is for living. Family is supposed to be a place that foster unity, love, relationship, and nurturing, and all sorts. We don't have to make our family hell on earth. We don't have to create tension everywhere. Our presence creating tension around our children. That's abnormal. We're not gods. We need to start to think about how we relate with our children. We need to start thinking about the memories we are living for our children, because it is what you sow that you would reap. Bible says, don't provoke your children. Don't exasperate them. Don't let your demand make them feel they are not part of you. Don't create bitterness unnecessarily. Don't create hatred unnecessarily. But bring them up. Bring them up. When you're bringing up, you are coming along. You're accompanying. You're bringing. You're with that thing that you're bringing. It's an action word. It's not a word that you sit down and expect miracles to happen with. It's not a word that you play around. It's a word that you are actively engaging. When I was checking the meaning of father, it says is a place, a person or thing from which something originates. You are an originator as a father. You originate these children. God gave them to you, but you brought them into this world. And everything else you want for these children, everything you want from them, originate from you. Everything that you want their lives to be originate from you. You want them to be disciplined children. You cannot afford to be indisciplined yourself. You have to lead by example. They have to see you as a disciplined father, as somebody who keeps to his word, somebody of integrity, somebody who makes promises and fulfill. If you want them to be hardworking, you have to show them hardworking. They have to see the example. You have to model it. Otherwise, it's a double standard and they see it. You're saying they are lazy around the house, they don't do the chores, and you are ones that will sit in the lounge all day, switching from TV to a channel to another, reading newspaper and not touching anything in the house. And they can't rest because they have to do all the stuff in the house. No, that is not modeling. That's not being a father. Father is fathering. You're doing it with them. I'm not talking about mothers because, we expect our mothers should do all these things. That's our custom. That's our culture. We expect that mothers are. But what about the fathers? We do these things to them. With them. We model. That's this word said. It's somebody that originates something. You are the leader. You are the priest of the house. You are the one that is leading the house. That sometimes that the children will sit down, you do the chores. Sometimes you will sit down, they do the chores. Sometimes you do the chores together. That is being a leader. That's being a nurturer. That's being a father. And that's leaving a good memory. These are the memories that they will remember you for in the future, and they would cherish. These are the kind of memories that they want to remember to help them to keep their own families as well, to help them grow their own families as well. Bible says if you sow wind, you will reap whirlwind. It is what you sow that you reap. If you have not sown all these things, all these good things, positive attitude, positive, aspirations for the future, don't expect it to be automatic. Don't, when you're 80, when you're 70, when you're 60, don't expect that these children will automatically love you. If you have been shouting at them now, you've been harsh at them, you've been bitter to them, you have denied them the rest, the joy, the whatever it is that is positive that they are supposed to build with you, they are supposed to experience in the family. You deny them. Don't expect that they would now come in the future, come and give them to you, these things to you, because you are their dad. Life doesn't have to be harsh. We don't have to make life harsh. Let the times you have together be ones that you remember and cherish, keep to heart forever. God bless you.